Hey everybody, this is CT and it is 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Um, Today we're going to talk about MegaCon. It's a convention in Orlando, Florida. It's not the first time I've been at the convention. I've been there like plenty of times. Usually I like to go and go to like these conventions and stuff, and these comic conventions, and usually hang out in the artist alley. Um, anyways, MegaCon, it was on May 24th to the 27th, to 2018, and yeah. So, uh, what happened? What happened in the convention was that I knew like Jim Lee, I knew that he was going to be there. So, but I didn't know what he was doing. And what happened is that he he wasn't even around. Uh, I heard I heard some people saying that he was. Uh, but yeah, um, it was on it was on Thursday. So I don't know if it's not like usually I would at conventions I would hang out in the artist alley. That's like my hangout spot. Meeting up with artists, friending them, all that stuff. That's what I do. And we talk a lot. So yeah, I have been really good friends with them for like a long time. It was great seeing familiar faces. Since the last time I had done, with my surgery, oh man, that took a toll. And yeah, um, so anyways, that like I couldn't go to the convention like for quite some time, and especially when trying to get into New York Comic Con, those, these days it's been pretty difficult to get into. Usually, for me, I would rather like get the 4 day passes, and that's it. And I usually would rather pre-order them online. But yeah, it's been really difficult, and I've been there like a bunch of times. So yeah. Um, this year at MegaCon, what happened over there was like I didn't like I said earlier, like I knew Jim Lee was gonna be there. I just didn't know what he was going to do. So when I got to, like my like my wristband, they had like these wristbands that you have to thing instead of like the badges with the lanyards and stuff. Um, like other conventions do. I think some conventions uh have the wristband and some don't. So, anyways, I went by one of the crew members. Because they would usually be informed, they would know. Um, and what happened was that I was asking around about Jim Lee. So this person goes ahead and like checks the like this brochure thing that they made, uh, talking about Artist Alley and signing areas and stuff like that. Uh, but for some reason they didn't show anything like anything with Jim Lee in it. Like any special sightings or what or anything. They didn't show that in there. So anyways, so I was asking this person about Jim Lee and what he's going to be doing because I don't know. All I know is that he's going to be at MegaCon, and and stuff, and that was it. And apparently, like this person couldn't really, you know, I don't know, like what was this person's deal, but when I said like when I was talking about Jim Lee, the person checked the J area of the names, and apparently like this person like asked me like Jamie. I was like no, Jim. And then the person asked me what what's his last name. I said Lee, and he didn't see nothing on the L's, but you know nothing like that. And I was like that was really weird, So I told the person, okay, look, man, thanks. All right. Yeah. So I walked away. I went by somebody else, and you know, so like someone who, yeah. So I walked by somebody else who looked like, has like that certain knowledge to like tell me, to tell anybody how to meet this guy or whatever, how to, you know, that this person would be informed and whatever. So, anyways, I asked this other person, the same question, and about Jim Lee. So, and apparently, he was he asked me, "How do you spell Jim?" He was like, "How do you spell Jim, with a G or a J?" I was like, I don't know. I just couldn't like I just couldn't like get to it. I was like really baffled by something like that. And this person was like I don't know. He was like 17 or somewhere around his 20s, somewhere in between there. This other crew member, and and he looked like somebody who would know, and everything. And I'm like, do you not know how to spell Jim? I didn't ask him that, you know, like physically, but I was just literally asking myself in my head, like, how the how the hell? And I mean, I was like, you know what? I just responded to him. I was like, with a J, and then I was like, oh, and then I don't know, like he couldn't really like tell me because he didn't know. And I was like, okay, well, thanks. But he told me one thing though, which was kind of helpful. Uh, he told me that when he told me that you could like check it up online on their website and everything like that. So I, I was like, oh, okay. Um, then I went by an artist that who my brother knows mostly, and basically like he knows me by face, and he knows my brother by like like the name, by a different name that he goes by. Like for me, I go by CTC Firebird, so that's who I go by. Anyways, yeah, so there was this fan who was right, like standing right next to me. After I was like buying something from that artist, like a poster or some, like these prints and stuff like that, and he he was a so I asked him a bunch of questions, you know, regarding Jim Lee and stuff like that, and this guy was the one who was able to inform me, about it. So basically he just answered all of my questions, and I was like happy about that. I was like, yeah, that's cool, man. Thanks, because it's not like my first time meeting up with Jim Lee. He and I like passed each other like quite a few times. Um, but yeah, it was like that. He and I like passed each other like a few times, and um, like, cause how busy he is, and how much how things. So it's like it's kind of hard to like talk to him at times, and you got to like respect his timing and everything like that. So you know, I mean, there are a couple questions I have for him though, uh, but I never got to, I never got to asking them questions. Um, anyways, so there was like a special event package, that you had to buy online. But when I was doing the pre-order online around the time, for the pass, um, for the 4 day deluxe pass, what happened was that I didn't see Jim Lee's name on there, and apparently, you know, I saw it afterwards and everything like that. So it was like it was something like called the Jim Lee experience. That's what it was. So at one panel he does like the signing and stuff, and then he would do like something else, like show out, like how his Q&A just be. Um, he would do that while he's drawing and everything, and yeah. But it is pretty funny with Jim Lee these days because I've been following his Twitch stream online, so I I like I like his videos and everything, and uh, the thing that he does like professionally, like when he's drawing professionally, I'm learning like a lot out of it because uh, for me, I consider myself mostly an artist, and thing is like um, it's like ever since like he was doing those streams and everything, he I he it's very interesting how to get how long he draws it for, so that's you know how he gets from point A to point B and everything. So he just do that, he just do like draw alongs, he just do all that stuff. So yeah, but he was doing like a quick, like at the convention he was doing like a quick head sketch or something and everything. And I mean, when he was doing his Q&As while drawing, it's kind of like he was getting like easily distracted somehow. and, I don't know, like he's slowing down or something. I don't know. uh it I don't know, it could be because of like old age and everything, but I don't know. That's just the funny part about it. He was doing his signing and all that was on Saturday, so that was on the 26th. And I've been going to it. I've been going to the convention. All days, and walking around doing all talking to artists, doing all that stuff. Um, yeah, so yeah, I mean, at on Saturday at his panel, that was it. Uh, he did like a Batman art piece, and yeah, he did like two others, but he did those other ones quick. the most detail and the most time he spent on was um on on Batman, and like, yeah. uh he what he was doing was kind of like the thing that he always does. Like if you like look up on Jim Lee, the convention stuff, other people like post, like post up videos on it, and he uh he goes like along with his history, talking about those things. And he was saying stuff like he would say stuff like, like he wanted to, like, the whole thing with being a doctor, it kind of like went in with his whole family in a way. And he didn't want, like, he did like the medical work and stuff like that. He did like, he was doing like studying that stuff up. And but the thing is, like, he knew like something was missing because he always liked to draw. And it was stuff like that that was going, like, what he was talking about. Like he was saying that his parents was his like his obstacle, you know. Yeah. So yeah, he was saying like his parents was his obstacle. And but yeah. Anyways, he he was saying all, like, he was talking about all that, like he always does. Like whoever doesn't even know, um, well, for me, I already know because I followed his work for a long time. I've been like a huge fan of his type of work, like his kind of work. David Finch, Buzz the artist. Um, there's quite a few of them. Um, but yeah, I uh, I was like a huge, huge, huge fan. And um, and I've known about Jim Lee. And I was like, it was actually the first time I've been in part of the Jim Lee experience, group in the convention and all of that. So, like, so that's what it is. Um, I mean, yeah, it was all good fun. And I mean, yeah, with the other people around, uh, you know, they, that was it. We got our, everyone got their picture taken. We got the signing, of course, and we got this really big lithograph piece of Batman. With the rebirth suit that he has, and that was done by Jim Lee, and that was pretty cool. Uh, and then he also had pieces selling, which one of the guys that was at the booth, um, and he does like with Albert Moy. So I think he's part of that guy was part of that family. I didn't really catch his name though. I know that wasn't like Albert Moy exactly right behind that eh, that that table. But yeah, anyways, he was all right. He was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, like, man, when you're paying for like if you want to get some like pieces with like for from Jim Lee, that's just rare, man. It's really expensive. Like I saw like a print that looks like it could be like for $20, right? Like a regular print. And basically he was saying, oh well, uh this thing costs like $300. I was like, whoa. And then he had like this one sketchbook that I bought. It's just like like a pocket size or a pocket sized sketchbook that Jim Lee's drawn, and he was like, "Oh well, that's $60." I was like, "What the hell?" I mean, I got the sketchbook anyways, but I don't know how I felt about it. Um, yeah, when I got that, when I was doing the signing, I I was bringing in like quite a few books for him to sign, but sadly, I had like four books with me total with Jim Lee on there, and he he was supposed to like sign like three books I think, but I only brought like two in because all that stuff was like really heavy,
I was
you
down for a
know,
while, thanks to you.
because you're like on the line, and you know how much of a big deal like an artist would be, and everything, and it's just that sort of thing where you have to wait in a long line, and the thing is like these people they didn't inform you that there were going to be like two different lines because he had like that experience the signing the signing portion of it, it was like there was like an 11:30 and a 12:30, and I was part of the 12:30 group, and everyone was formed into a line. But then, at the last minute, they started to split that line to say, okay, well, 11:30 people go in first. Well, so there were 12:30 people go in afterwards. And I mean, it sort of made sense, but it would have been a lot better if we would have gotten our signing done, and that would have been it. Um, so yeah, uh, yeah, that lithograph was like 22 by 18, I believe. I don't know, but that was a really big piece, and cool thing is it was for free. You know what I mean? So that was all good. Uh, I had to buy like something for that so it wouldn't like bend or anything, so it won't get ruined up. Bought one of those art portfolio books that a lot of people like, a lot of artists like. So yeah, I had to buy one that was able to fit that one in and everything. So yeah, I had that was like I don't know. In total, like I spent like at least maybe like $400 to $500. Um, and yeah, it was around there, and I don't know, but I don't I don't really have that type of money. I mean I have to save up money, for myself, but I can't go buying anything for the I can't go buying anything for like this piece, like these VIP stuff and whatever. I mean, I wish I did, but these days I can't. So, um, yeah. But anyways, yeah. I mean, that was when he was doing when Jim Lee was doing like the signing, was at the signing panel and stuff, in a different room from everybody else, from where the show was, the event. Um, that was yeah, that was actually different, and it was really good experience. I mean, yeah, I mean my feet was hurting so bad. My foot was kind of both my feet was kind of blistered up. Uh, the right side of my feet was more blistered up. It was pretty bad with than the other one. So like, you know, when everything was done and good and stuff like that, like I had to like rest it, you know. So yeah, I mean, after I mean, look, yeah. So after I got the info from that fan and everything, I was not bothered
Thank
by
you,
anything
buddy.
else.
You saved my job.
I quickly went ahead and you know got the Jim Lee experience pass, and that was it. That costed like about $100, and yeah. So that's what happened, and I don't know. Like I was like, man, should I? Shouldn't I? You know. And yeah, it was all good fun, um, as always. You know. But yeah, I got some really good exercise in, with all that walking and everything, and I feel like, that's what it was, like it's good exercise, but they have you like going, like, how many people go there. You have to keep making like back and forth, at the same place, and like if you're outside the building, you have to like, oh man, you have to cross the street and everything. You have to go around all the way from the back. Um, all of that. You had to go in the back. You had to go in the front. The convention in Florida was the Orange County Convention Center, the OC Convention Center. Um, and yeah, so it was like you had like west, northeast, west, south concourses and stuff, and the closest one to the convention was on the west side of the coast of the concourse, and yeah, it was really hard to get parking, of course. But the first day was good. I got to the west concourse, and when and Thursday was really jam packed. Uh, I mean, sorry, Friday was really jam packed. Thursday wasn't too bad. It was the decent amount of people in there. A lot of room, a lot of space to go around. So they had all of that over there. Uh, but yeah, like Saturday was the day, and everything, and I mean, a lot of people said that it wasn't going to be all that packed, but it relatively had a good amount of the people from the day of on Friday, so Saturday was pretty crazy, but you know Friday was more crazy than Saturday, and then even like with Sunday, it was so, it was pretty packed, but not. But like a lot of people were like, there were people like that were there, they were leaving. Some of the artists was gone at the time, so and then at the same time when MegaCon was going on, Phoenix Comic Con, or right now is called the Phoenix Comic Fest. It was going on at the same time, so yeah. Um, like good artist, really good artists like Raven Gregory, my, what's that boy's name? The Squirrel Shaper guy. uh, uh, I'm trying to remember his name. It was Mike. Yeah, that's it. Um, yeah. So they were there, at Phoenix Fan Fest, and yeah, I don't know what was going on over there, but yeah, I mean, I was on Facebook at this, at the time, in the convention, and I was texting them, I was like sending them like a message on their Facebook saying that
Thanks, Rebecca. Now I need to
miss
get back to my.
you know missing you here, missing you at MegaCon here and everything. I was telling them stuff like that. After I saw a video that Raven Gregory did, and that was, yeah, that was really good. He liked my comment and stuff and everything, and um, and then after when the convention was over, Mike the Balfour and myself was like, talking to each other, and I said the same thing to him and everything, and he, I was like, well, MegaCon was big this year. It was really huge this year, um, and yeah, but the thing is, like, I am I I am planning on going to like the Phoenix Comic Con or something like one time, uh, just for the experience. Because I'm usually like back and forth between like New York and in Florida, and the thing is, like, for me, like, I would like to go to San Diego one day, and then Phoenix, Arizona, um, and I heard some things about Calgary Comic Con. So that's Calgary is in Canada, and yeah, but yeah, I mean, at the convention and stuff, it was great meeting up with familiar faces. I bought some things from them. Saw like, I was basically talking to guys like Buzz, the artist, uh, David Finch, and Meredith Finch. I kept going over by them mostly, um, as well as as, as well as oh man, my mind is, I'm sorry guys, my mind is a little fuzzy about who was actually there. um, I know I have the Facebook friends list.
I should have called in today. This is just too much.
Um, he's an artist from he's an artist from Texas, and yeah, he's an artist from Texas, and he's it was basically his first time being at MegaCon. Um, let's see, I believe it's Jeremy. Um, right, it's Jeremy Clark. That's his name. Yeah, I was going by his booth like his table like quite a few times, and we had really good conversations and everything, and it was good, but like when he was like at the on Sunday at the last day, uh, like him and Buzz were like doing like like last minute commissions, and it was pretty crazy. I mean, these guys were really really good, man. And um, yeah, these guys was really good at their artwork, and oh man, I saw like Jeremy Clark was like drawing this Thanos on a fan's sketchbook, and it was absolutely mind blowing. Yeah, you had to be there in order to see it. It was really awesome. It was I was like, oh man, that is so badass. He was taking like a reference from his cell phone of Thanos, and it looked like it could have been like a collectible card, like the way how he was drawing it and stuff. Like I could imagine a lot of things like with this art piece. And if any of you are like friends, Facebook friends with him, with Jeremy Clark, you'll see the art piece on what I'm talking about. Man, it was really good. My feet were hurting, and it was kind of funny because um it was just that like I don't know, like I was kind of like kind of ignoring the pain, but at the same time I couldn't, and I just couldn't stop staring at it. But yeah, Buzz did really some really nice artworks and stuff for a few fans. It was drawing like Superman. Another one was like Psylocke, and I can't remember the other character that he drew when I was there that for the last day. But yeah, but at the yeah, so um, David and Meredith Finch like they left on the Sunday. They weren't really there, so they left pretty early. Everything, so I couldn't say my goodbyes to them for now, and um, but I did with the other artists, and that was good. I even like said, said my goodbye to, the guy at the Jim Lee table, that was holding his artworks and stuff. And this fan, I don't know, this fan started coming by because I mean, this fan started coming by, and he heard me say my goodbye and to him and stuff like that. But he was all like, he was saying like, that isn't Jim Lee, right? And then that guy behind the booth was like, well, he recognized me. He knew me like because like he saw me like a bunch of times by the booth, by his table and stuff like that. So, anyways, I was like, so he said to the guy like, well, he knows, and I was like, I don't know, like this thing was like going through my head, um, that I mean, shouldn't like what? Well, it's kind of like why can I not respect the guy over there? I know that's not Jim Lee. I know that's not whatever, but I mean, it's for me. It's like, look, you gotta show this person is like respect and all that stuff. And I don't know. I had like a I felt like I should have tell that fan something because like it's kind of weird because it's like not many people know right from wrong, and it's like damn, it's like nah, that's kind of sad though because like you have somebody to be there in the booth with you, right? Or the table, what have you, right? So you have that, and whoever it is you have, I mean, look, you still gotta show you still gotta show that person respect, not just the artist or anything. It's just you know, it's I mean, yeah, so who it doesn't matter. Like you gotta show people respect. It's not I'm not there to choose favorites. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And I'm like, and that's like the shameful part about it to say, well, okay, this is the thing, and yeah, you know what I mean. So basically, I yeah, I just didn't tell the guy. I didn't tell the guy anything. I just left him alone. I just like, and that was it. And I just left the area. Um. So yeah. Uh. And I don't know. When I when I was at the convention, of course there were like celebrities over there. There were they had voice actors, a lot of people cosplaying. I don't know. They had like a cosplay booth, and I was like, nah, that's all good. That's okay. I mean, they have stuff to they have stuff to be prepared for like conventions like this and everything and whatever. So I don't know. Maybe one day I will be doing artwork at conventions, basically at the artist alley and enjoying the show from there. So yeah, not I don't know, like I don't really see everybody like doing that sort of thing. But there are like few people I believe, like not like kind of like non-pro, but things. So I mean, my artwork is pretty good. Um, it's just that these days, like like when I'm healing up, I'm feeling a lot better from what happened to me with the whole surgery thing and everything like that. And then it's like I'm now I'm doing a lot more, and I want to do a lot more. And um, this time I'm like being serious. I'm like, because I felt like I wasted like a whole year or two or something like that out of my whole life and whatever. So you know, I'm just really like I just want to keep going. You know what I mean? Um, and that's just it. So I've been practicing my artwork. I've I've been doing all that stuff. I've been and that's all good. I'm feeling good right now and everything, and yeah. Um, so yeah,
That it?
that's just what it is. Uh, so yeah, the convention was really good. It was a lot of fun. It was really huge. It was really huge this year, and it's it's been one hell of a ride. I mean, there were people that had attitudes over there. Oh man, this one is the funny one right here. They had people who had attitudes. They like I saw one guy right at the like where the food just be at, and like he just got upset. Like everyone on the line had like a baffled looks across their faces, and because he got really upset and he left, and nobody knew why. Nobody. And the thing is, he went somewhere else, and that was it. That was real funny, man. And then there was another one who felt like he was being pushed around or harassed or something, and um like so early in the morning, and he was like he was like he told like these security people and all of them like you told them all behind their backs and everything and oh my god that one was funny. I don't know. I just I don't know. I just couldn't stop laughing as I was walking to the area where they had the convent, the show, and it was so funny. But yeah, uh, so yeah, that was just about it. You know, like I don't know, like it was just there's still some things that I'm thinking about and um and yeah, like that things that I'm thinking about, I'm not gonna like ask in this broadcast. I'm not gonna ask in this broadcast, but like it's just that is that's just like personal, you know, for me to decide and whatever. It's not for anybody else. But yeah, um, the Jim Lee again, the Jim Lee thing. I I did a video recording of what had occurred over there at his Q&A panel, part of the Jim Lee experience, and yeah. So I might I might put that up uh, tonight or tomorrow or something. I might do that. Might upload it, and yeah. But Jim Lee right now, Jim Lee is gonna do like a live stream, 8 o'clock his time, around 8 o'clock his time. So he's like living in California right now. He's gonna be on Twitch. So yeah.
No.
Um, yeah, he's gonna be on Twitch. I think he is gonna be on Twitch tonight. I believe so. If anything, I'll like post up. I'll put up the link. Uh, below. Right here on YouTube. And yeah, what I'll do. Anyways, yeah, that was like my experience. That was like my for this year. um, yeah, those. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna get going, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys later. All right. Bye. William Smith. Fuck, fuck that, CT. What the hell? Oh my god. Oh boy.